Do I want movies for seconds? Movies for minutes? Movies for hours? Nah, I want movies for days. Hi, this is Ryan Wilson, host of You Gonna Eat That Crust podcast. And when I want to go to a deep dive into a movie, I go to Movies for Days with your host, Professor Newman, laying down those ultra fantastic movies, those deep dives, and the best damn Nicolas Cage impression I have ever heard. So join Newman and his cast of rotating hosts as they bring you Movies for Days, another podcast brought to you by the You Run Podcast Network.
Welcome to the podcast.
No fucking love. So picture this. It was like 1995 or 96. I was at my cousin's house, and he puts on Hook. 20 minutes later, I walked the fuck out. I walked all the way home.
What up, everybody? Welcome to the You Gonna Eat That Crust podcast. I'm your host with the most on the ones and twos. You know they call me Shed Dancing. You know they call me Mount Crushmore. It's your boy, Ryan Wilson. And with me tonight, the mustard smuggler, the king of Connecticut himself, Seamus Rogers. Seamus, what's good?
What up, Ryan? What up, listeners? And what up, our guest, Justin?
Mm-hmm.
Also with us tonight, follically challenged himself, the sweatpants overlord. It's your boy, Greg Hoey. Greg, great to hear from you. How are things?
Hodor. They're great.
And also, with us tonight, for the first time, a very special guest. He's oozing machismo. He's the pop culture machine, yo. He hated Nevermind upon release. Don't you color him bad. It's your boy, Justin. Justin, welcome to the show. How are you?
Well, I'm great. I don't know how to react to everything you just said there, but I'm good to go and happy to be here. So thanks for having me.
We're happy to have you. All right. Well, we're going to jump right into it today because, we all have a lot to talk about. So, Seamus, can you tell us what tonight's show is all about?
If you're anything like us, young boys growing up in the 90s, you were indoctrinated into this genre. You probably watched a lot of TNT or TBS, movies for guys who like movies. The iconic faces of this era were full of stars like Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, Chuck Norris, Steven Seagal, Jean-Claude Van Damme, Jackie Chan, Bruce Willis, Wesley Snipes, and Dolph Lundgren. You may have had dreams of going to school and reenacting the moves we watched our heroes perform on the bad guys in these epic films. In our fantasies, we would pull off the perfect spinning roundhouse kick to the face of all the bullies on the school playground while your crush was watching and falling forever in love. This was our bread and butter. The movies didn't even have to have a believable plot or great acting. There was something satisfying about watching these familiar powerhouses pummeling the villains. So without further preamble, let's get to the chopper. That was awful. And begin our discussion on some of our favorite action movies of the 90s. Ryan, would you tell us how we get to the chopper?
Oh, Seamus, if you want to get to the chopper, you just take a left at the tree where Dylan is hanging.
I got to clarify something quick, right? So Seamus is talking about TNT movies for men, right? What happens, with some of us that grew up watching the Wii Network? What am I supposed to do with that? I'm joking.
You don't admit that. Huh? You don't admit that on the air.
I just did.
Busted.
I just did. Can you edit that out? Let's start over. I used to watch TNT and TNT only because it was the network for movies for men like me, even though I was a child. But that's okay.
Spike TV.
There you go.
Yeah, I was like last minute working on my notes of the podcast this morning. And I was confused too, so I started just doing all 90s movies. So I was like, oh wait, it was 90s action movies, right? So I started to change this direction. I was like, I was writing an intro for that one. I was like, I'll save this for another time. We'll come back to this topic another time.
Well, that's
And then
perfect.
moved on to 90s action. Yeah, so I moved on to 90s action movies, and I was, and so my mom was in town this weekend too, so I was busy with that. My niece and nephew from Ryan's state of Maine.
Yay!
So I went over they're staying at my brother's house, so I went over to my brother's, and I brought my tablet, and I was kind of trying to work on this while I was there. And then, of course, I left my tablet in my brother's truck, and I didn't save it to the cloud because it's a work Microsoft account, and even though I don't think anyone's going through my OneDrive files, like I don't want that to ever happen. They'd be like, this is not the person we thought we knew for so many years. They would see my podcast notes and be like, who is this sick monster?
Yeah, could you imagine they sit you down and like, Seamus, we need to talk to you, and they pull out a dossier of all your photocopied fucking page notes.
Right. It's like you can't unsee my camera roll either.
I'd love to see it.
But
I got a quick story. I went to the Witch's Woods on Friday with Nate, Megan, Alex, and their family, and there was a teacup type ride. There was all a bunch of haunted events or whatever, like the Vampire Woods or the Haunted Hay Ride. But there were these teacups, and this dude was vaping the whole time, loading kids into the teacups. Just vaping nonstop. Somebody threw up in one of the teacups. I shit you not. He just takes his foot and scrapes the puke off, and then he loads a family in. We're sitting there watching. We're like, what the fuck? And they get in there, sit there for a couple seconds, and then they just get out, obviously, because there's puke there. And one of the girls slipped and fell on the way out.
Oh my god!
What the fuck is happening?
Slipping in someone else's puke, I would be puking next.
All these people were waiting to go in, and we're like, yeah, I wouldn't go in the yellow cup.
That reminds me, I was at Six Flags once and watched this happen. And then it was we were in line for an hour, and then they tried to load us into that cart, and I'm like, come on, I'll take the next one, but it's the last car. I'm like, no.
Yeah, so gross.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
And it's not like he cleaned it up with bleach and a paper towel. He was just used his foot.
Scraped it out with his foot.
Yeah.
Justin, tell us a story.
Tell you a story.
Make it a good one.
I don't really have any good stories, but I guess I can tell you something about recently. Last night, I went with the family to Hershey Park here in close to our hometown, and they're doing their Dark Nights, which is all decorated for Halloween. They got a bunch of scare zones, 5 haunted houses, and it's always fun for me because I go in there and just terrorize my daughter, who's already scared enough in the haunted houses, and I don't make it any better. So that's always fun. But an interesting part of that thing, so we're leaving the park late at night, and that same night at the stadium there in Hershey, Stevie Nicks was playing live. So,
oh shit,
she's 72 years old, and she's there rocking. But at any rate, I'm walking out to our car. We have a long walk because when we got there, it was already busy, and she was playing Landslide as I was walking to my car. So it was kind of cool.
Nice, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Also, she's a witch!
Yo, that song chokes me up, dog. Just saying.
Smashing Pumpkins version?
I like the Smashing Pumpkins version.
I do too. Stevie Nicks one's better. It's better.
Obviously. It's her fucking song.
If you're into that sort of thing, yeah.
And Billy Corgan's a fucking douche nozzle now, so.
Whoa.
Greg.
I don't know if he is. I just said that. I wanted to sound cool.
All right. Well, we got a lot to talk about, guys, because we all studied hard for 90s action movies.
I wish we had done 80s. There was so many obscure good ones.
But we're going to have Justin kick it off. Justin, hit us with it, baby.
All right. So for my first one, this might have been one that you guys had targeted as well. This one's not as obscure. This is a big one. Probably the best action film of the 90s for me. One of the best action films of all time. I'm talking about Heat, man. You got Michael Mann directing. You got Pacino and De Niro on the screen together for the first time. you have what could be the best fucking shootout scene in any film I have ever seen.
Hell yeah.
Just a great story, great acting all around, fucking epic movie. One of the
that
best
movie's
for
excellent.
me. Gotta be Heat.
Yeah, it's a great movie, and that scene was badass.
Yeah, it was.
Fucking Sizemore is a lunatic as usual in that film, so that's fun too.
Well, when you put, Pacino and De Niro together, they do just go by Panero, which is a fun fact they don't mention in Heat, even in the director's commentary.
When they put De Niro and Pacino together, there's some heat.
That was terrible.
Hot heat.
Yeah, Val Kilmer too, man. Underrated as fuck. I love Val Kilmer. Fucking Willow, The Doors, Heat, obviously.
We all grew up. We're all around the same age, so I mean, we obviously all appreciate Val Kilmer movies. Kids nowadays can't name him, but
MacGruber, Kunth.
I actually haven't seen Heat as many times as I should have. I think it's maybe worth going back and checking it out again.
Yeah, I want to watch like Casino again too. That was a good movie.
Hammer scene, baby. Are you righty or a lefty?
I can't believe you made me put your head in the fucking vice. All right, Justin. Well, great pick.
Yep.
What a lineup. Seamus, why don't you hit us with one, baby?
I'm going with 1992's Universal Soldier.
Nice.
Starring Jean-Claude Van Damme, Dolph Lundgren, Michael Jai White. One cannot be controlled, the other cannot be stopped. The premise is they take dead soldiers and they turn them into like cyborgs, basically, that are supposed to follow all their commands. And obviously things go wrong in the programming. And it was one of my favorites from the 90s.
Some more human RoboCop.
Right. I mean, this was better than RoboCop.
Whoa,
RoboCop was great.
Don't you talk shit about Peter Weller.
I would say easily Dolph Lundgren's best movie.
Yeah.
I like it better than Rocky.
Nice He-Man, hell yeah.
He-Man was his best movie. I'm sorry, I'm going with that pick.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I got fond memories of this movie growing up. I saw it dozens of times at least. Jean-Claude was the fucking man back then. Best line in the movie. Hey, nice necklace. I got one at home made out of noses.
All right. That's right, because he was wearing the ears.
That's right, baby. Justin, any love for Universal Soldier?
Shit, dude. I haven't seen this movie since I was a kid. Vaguely remember it. Always loved Van Damme at that age, though, so I'm definitely down with that.
Yeah, I mean, how many Van Damme movies must we have watched back in the day? He was definitely prolific in the 90s action genre.
The whole thing's on a tiller.
Arguably the greatest mullet of all the 90s.
Oh, for sure.
And, I mean, sure, you can say what you want about, like, the way he walks or whatever sometimes. But it's a real man who could do a full split in skin-tight Wranglers.
Right, that's probably why he walks funny now. Too many countertop splits.
He was the Predator, but he got fired.
Didn't that dude do a full split in one of his films while some guy sat there and kicked him in the balls? Or am I just is that a fever dream?
I don't know, but it sounds
I think
like
that's
a
a
video.
Pornhub video.
Well, he was in it, I swear.
Sounds like my dream tonight, hopefully.
Yeah, and obviously there's like 3 Universal Soldier sequels after that we all definitely have to check out.
Yes, there's probably like Universal Soldier 2024.
That was the future back then, Seamus.
Well, it was a good movie. Actually, and Jean-Claude and Dolph were young.
They
So were
were.
we, I guess.
Yeah. We were young.
We were younger.
I was like 7.
Shut up, Greg. Get away from this narrative that you're not the oldest motherfucker
Right. You were
here.
like 12.
It's a joke. They're jokes.
All right, well, I'm going to have to go then. All right? I have to go with 1992s. Now, sure, it might be labeled under the horror genre, okay? But anyone who's watched this movie knows the balls to the walls action flick, and I'm talking Army of Darkness. What's up?
There you go.
See, that would have been on my list, but it wasn't. See, that's the thing. I mean, you're going with just loosely based on the genre now. I was going like with, you know, the you know, like the straight up action. The plot doesn't matter.
Look, I could
picking one of the best movies of the 90s.
Because Army of Darkness has such a deep story.
There's all sorts of subgenres in action movies. There's fantasy action. There's family action. There's all sorts of action.
I didn't know there were so many rules.
Good, bad. I'm the guy with the gun.
I mean, it's an amazing movie, all right? He's got a fucking chainsaw for a hand, all right? That's the coolest
one of my
shit.
favorites. I was saving this one for our other 90s movies.
Ah, of course.
That's a great movie. I love it.
Can I admit something? That was the first.
Never seen it.
No, of course I have. That was the first Evil Dead movie I saw. I saw Army of Darkness first, and then I went and saw the first one, and then the second one. What's up?
Well, I mean, a lot of people probably saw the first one and never went back to another one, so you probably were fortunate to start with this one.
Well, I saw 2 first at a very young age, and the ballet scene where she's dancing around headless really fucked me up as a kid.
You haven't done ballet since, I heard.
No, it's turned me into the piece of shit that I am now. Here's my, look, I have a shitty thing to say that happened to me involving Bruce Campbell, all right? And I'm ashamed, all right? 2024 Ryan would never do this. But Bruce Campbell was speaking at UNH, and I went with Joe Bob Green, and we both got shit-faced in the parking lot and drank a bunch and smoked a bunch, and we went in, and Bruce Campbell, stunning as always, you know, making fun of the entire crowd. And he's like, all right, any questions? And I raised my hand, being hammered in my seat. He said, you with the hair. And I said, yo, Bruce, throw me some Evil Dead quotes. He's like, no, fuck you. No more questions from this entire side of the room now.
You blew it.
You should have just been like, you started giving him your Evil Dead quotes.
Get this guy out of here.
It wasn't my best moment. All right, Justin, any love for Army of Darkness?
Oh, for sure, dude. I would have had this on my list, but much like Seamus, I was thinking that I think of this movie more as a horror, maybe an action horror, I guess you could say. But fuck, I'll take it. It's a great movie, a lot of fun, so it definitely fits that niche for us for action films of the '90s. So I'm down with it.
Yeah, man. He had a boomstick. I thought boomstick. That's premise right there. You have a gun called a boomstick. It's now an action movie.
You're right.
Yeah. Goddamn right I'm right.
Can't hate the pick.
We certainly don't.
Hate the player, not the pick.
Hey. All right.
Hate the player, not the flick.
Yes.
All right, guys, I get it, okay? God. Greg, hit me with a pure action flick.
Well, I don't know about that. I'm going to piggyback off your weirdness. 1991, Steven Spielberg. Dustin Hoffman, Robin Williams, Maggie Smith, R.I.P. recently, a couple days ago. Talking Hook.
Rufio. This is a fucking terrible pick, but go ahead.
Bob Haskins, R.I.P. Julia Roberts as Tinkerbell. You're doing it, Peter. I just picked it just so I could do that.
I knew that's what was coming.
I love Hook. I love Rufio, aka Dante Bosco as Rufio. He looks pretty bad nowadays. But he apparently returned from Neverland and grew up a little bit. Just
He's
like
old,
Peter.
Oldio now. Old Rufio.
You think once you leave Neverland, it hits you all at once, too? You're just like, oh, fuck, I'm a fat piece of shit.
Now Rufio is like a barfly in some, like, just pub somewhere, running up a tab.
Hey! I used to be Rufio.
I used to fly, and I was Rufio, and people listen to me.
And he's like, Bangarang Rufio. Like, get him out of here. Dante, get out.
It was all Peter's fault. He pushed me out of Neverland.
I picture him scrolling through his phone. He's like, it's the hit film Hook. That Rufio was such a character. Only if someone here could buy him a drink. Wouldn't that be hilarious, guys?
If I saw Rufio,
I would totally buy Rufio a drink.
Totally, and I'd be like, Bangarang Rufio. You're doing it, Peter.
I'd buy him 2 shots of whiskey because he bangarang that.
Yeah. And then I'd be like, run home, Jack. Run home, Jack.
Justin, any love for Hook?
No fucking love. So, though, picture this. It was like 1995 or 96. I was at my cousin's house, and he puts on Hook. 20 minutes later, I walked the fuck out. I walked all the way home, which I live about 5 miles away from his place. I hated it that much.
I think Justin hates me because he hates my Hook pick and my Forrest Gump pick.
Fucking hate Forrest Gump. And I hate Hook. This is a terrible pick. It's not an action film. It's a fantasy film.
It is a weird one to pick.
It's fantasy action.
Bullshit. It's fantasy shit.
See, this is why I picked it. To provoke conversation.
Hate this movie.
Greg, I want you to tell everyone why you really picked it. So you could say what again?
You're doing it, Pete. Or he lost his marbles. Oh, he lost his marbles. Who lost his marbles? Toodles lost his marbles. Okay?
Was that? Do you now have 10 trivia questions at the end?
No, I left Hook out. I said question, does Justin like Hook? I gotta erase that now.
All right, let's steer the ship back in the right direction. Justin, hit me, baby.
All right, so I'm going with a fucking movie that I loved as a kid. It's from 1991. It's called Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man. I don't know if you guys know this one, but it's a ton of fun. You got Mickey Rourke. You got Don Johnson play the leads. Tom Sizemore's in this one, too, acting like a real fucking creepy douchebag as usual. The director is weird. Like the only thing I really know him from is he did some of the episodes of the Young Indiana Jones, I think. But this movie is just pure fucking popcorn fun, and I loved it. It was one of those ones I remember it came on probably USA or TNT or something like 93. And I remember recording this on the VCR so that I could rewatch it over and over again. And I fucking did. I watched this movie probably every month for a while when I was a kid.
See, I'm familiar with it, but I don't know that I ever actually saw it or saw the whole thing.
I started watching it at my friend's house, and I hated it so much I walked home 25 miles. I was kidding. I've never seen it. But I love Mickey Rourke, so I'm sure it's awesome.
Well, and it gave me one of my favorite lines from an action film, which was, it's better to be dead and cool than not cool at all. I think that was the line.
I disagree. But...
Or to be uncool, I think it was.
Fuck. I've never seen it, but I want to be cool. Someone tell me how to do that.
Smoke Marlboros.
Every
time.
I am.
I think you need to watch Hook and then Forrest Gump back to back, and then you're really nailing it.
Well, Justin, I appreciate that pick for sure. I don't have more to say on it because it'd be weird if I did because I never saw it.
None of us saw it. Like, I swear Justin's older than all of us.
Bullshit. Here we go with the age shit again.
Yeah,
I am the oldest.
Yeah, because it was a 90s movie. We're all there, so.
I can't like Coach from Cheers. I can't fucking talk about movies y'all never saw. Then I'm old all of a sudden.
Cheers had a great cast. I didn't really watch it.
You should.
Go back, watch it.
In Technicolor.
Norm. Great cast.
Another thing I forgot to mention about this movie, you got the characters of Harley Davidson and Marlboro Man, which is literally what they go by in the film. But a couple other characters in there are like Virginia Slim, Jack Daniels. So they have names of this
Very
type.
original.
Yeah, it's great. I fucking love it, though.
That's badass.
I only want to be called Virginia Slim from now on.
We got Twinkie and Ding Dong over here too. They can't ever get anything right.
All right.
Wait, what?
All right. Fucking Seamus, go.
All right, I'm going with 1994, No Escape.
Oh,
Ray,
hell
Ray
yeah.
Liotta, Lance Henriksen, Kevin Dillon, Ernie Hudson. Premises: let's put all our criminals on an island and let them duke it out and have their own society. Right? We don't have to pay for them all these prisons. We just throw them on the island and what? Maybe.
Let's do it. I love No Escape. It's a great movie.
Yeah, I remember watching it with you. I think for the first time, we were hooked on that movie.
I feel like I saw it with you for the first time too, Greg.
It's like a more action-packed Hook because the guy's like a pirate kind of.
It's like a non-fantasy version of Hook. Like it could be real. People aren't flying.
Sesame Street's more action-packed than Hook.
Hey. Oh, fuck.
What about that skateboarding scene? It was pretty action-packed.
Can we get off of the hook, Greg?
I'm hooked.
Tell me more. Tell me about what are your. I mean, you introduced this movie to Seamus and I, so I mean, what made you want to share it with the world when you saw it?
I just thought it was crazy. It was a cool premise. It starts right up with just shows Ray Liotta walking up to his officer and capping him in the back of the head, and all of a sudden they explain the prison, and he's off to the island. And
Yeah, it's a dope fucking movie. I just watched it like 6 months ago. Holds up, still loved it. I was like, oh yeah, this movie's
Isn't
shit.
there like another movie recently called the same name?
I would assume so, Seamus. I would assume so.
I don't
We're
think
running
there's
out of
any-
names
There's
and
no
ideas.
movies with escape in them. No way.
Justin, No Escape. Have
Well,
you seen it?
you guys are gonna think I'm crazy. I don't think I've ever seen this thing, man. It
Oh,
sounds
shit.
familiar, but I just can't place it.
I feel like you could still enjoy it. This one will stand up.
Yeah, I agree. It's a cool movie.
No, I might. I'll definitely check this one out.
Yeah, it's one of
better
my
than-
favorite Ray Liotta movies.
It's better than watching Ray Liotta now. In like
Oh, he's
CGI.
dead now.
Yeah, he's dead, so it's
CGI.
hard.
Well, I just watched a movie with him, and it was just weird watching him all CGI. It was with Clint Eastwood's son. I forgot the name of it.
Mine is Goodfellas. Is probably my favorite Ray Liotta movie.
Ray Liotta's the shit, dude. He's fucking what, Blow? He's the dad in Blow. He was great in that. I mean, I got a lot. Wasn't he in that fucking Bear movie that came out? Cocaine.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was in Cocaine Bear, but he was also in Goodfellas. His wife Karen is also the mom in Blow. They're together again.
What?
Mm.
That's Kismet.
Facts.
All right, look. I mean, this isn't. It's not off the beaten path. Okay, everyone's pretty fucking familiar with it. Now, I want to say, like, one of my favorite fun facts to share with people over the years is we all live close to a town called Dover, New Hampshire. Some of us live there. Some of us played a lot of concerts there.
Mm.
Favorite fun fact about it, birthplace of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And that's why my pick, which came out in 1990, is the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Boo!
What's
1991, Secret of the Ooze. It's way better.
I love Secret of the Ooze too.
Nah, I love both those movies.
Wait, there's a Secret of the Ooze too?
Shut the fuck up, Greg.
Those were definitely, our bread and butter when at the time when it came out. I was loving those movies.
Which one
Yes.
had Ernie in it? The pizza guy. That was the first one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was his name Ernie? I don't think it was
His name-
fucking Ernie.
His name was Ernie in the movie, I believe. Or actually, that's his real name, right? Fuck.
No, that was Secret of the Ooze.
Okay. See?
Huh?
Huh?
Well, we also had Casey Jones.
Oh, nice.
2 points for high sticking.
Oh, yeah, he was in the first one, right? Casey?
Yeah. That's right. Him and April O'Neil fell in love, dog.
Who played April? I don't
They
remember.
fucked on the roof. That's pretty cool.
Well,
While Splinter was like, yes.
Who would win in a fight, Raphael or Casey Jones?
Raphael's my all-time favorite Ninja Turtle, so I gotta pick Raphael. All-time favorite Ninja Turtles character, action figure, Casey Jones. It came with
I
the
like
dope.
Wingnut and Screw Loose.
Yeah.
I had them too.
So
I'm more of a Baxter Stockman guy.
I think Raph is the toughest turtle. He would take Leonardo.
No, it's clearly Michelangelo. He's the Ronin.
It's true.
Donatello uses a quarterstaff, and everybody knows that's a superior weapon. A trained quarterstaff master can take a swordsman any day.
Donatello's just IT.
Well, I think the quarterstaff is ideal for people who are around 5'8", you know? Not for, like, big, tough, tall guys, but, like, 5'8".
I heard 5'8" was the perfect height.
Yeah, yes, the Goldilocks.
Justin, is 5'8" the perfect height? And tell me what you think about the original TMNT movie.
All right. 5'8" and 3/4 the perfect height. Because that's my height.
Agreed. Bang rang.
I fucking love the Turtles. I love the cartoon in the 80s. I love the first film. I love Secret of the Ooze. To answer your question, Seamus, it was Judith Hoag that played April O'Neil. I know that because I fucking love her, and I was pissed off that they recast her in Secret of the Ooze and the not-so-great third one as well. So, but yeah, I love the first one. I love how dark it is and grimy. The city just looks the way I love it to look from the 80s and early 90s. I just love everything about it, dude. But Secret of the Ooze is a lot of fun. Probably more fun than the first one, but first one's my preferred Turtles movie. I think it's
first
fucking
one
excellent.
Usually just has the story or, like the getting to know the characters. It's always a classic. But these two were probably the best, even of all the Turtle movies they've still made.
For sure.
Yeah, the first one was cheesy. The second one was pineapple pizza, baby.
Don't ever put your pineapple in my ooze, man.
I heard that, I don't know if they're doing a new one, but I heard, what's her name is coming back. They heard say Judy Hoag.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she's coming back for some kind of role. They're giving her something.
So Justin, I don't know if you're familiar with The Last Ronin, but it was a graphic novel I read a couple of years ago now, where there's one turtle left and all the other turtles are dead. And he goes around with all their weapons at once and shit. And it's a fucking badass comic. But they just announced they're doing a live action movie of it, rated R. So
Nice.
Yeah, I can't wait. I still will never forget, like, years ago being at the bar, and I ended up, it was a cute girl at the bar, and I like bought her a drink, and we ended up talking, and she's like, "So what's your favorite movie?" And I'm like, TMNT 2, Secret of the Ooze. She's like, "What?"
She just walked away.
I'm like, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze. Just like, okay.
And then she walked 5 miles back home.
She's like, "Mine's Hook, but
I gotta go.
It's too bad things didn't work out."
And then you guys both walked home.
All right, Greg, this brings us right back to you, buddy.
Oh, baby. Well, if you love the first
I'm
one.
already mad.
I think I argued with Seamus about this one during the week. 1993. Not to be confused with Regarding Henry. Ritz Crackers. The Fugitive.
Yeah, The Fugitive's dope. I don't have any qualms about this pick,
I didn't
dog.
have any conversation with you about this movie.
I Didn't Kill My Wife. Dr. Richard Kimball, Harrison Ford, Tommy Lee Jones, Julianne Moore, and Andres Katasoulas as Sykes, the one-armed man. I love The Fugitive. I think it's fantastic. Directed by Andrew Davis.
I can't believe you think it's better than Last Action Hero.
I didn't say it was better than Last Action Hero.
Big God!
Of course it's a better
Number
movie.
one!
I'll tell you what, Last Action Hero may be in the questions. Oh, yeah.
Rubber baby buggy bumpers there. I bet you didn't expect that, did you?
Yeah. But
Sorry.
no, I try to choose movies that we weren't picking. I try to stay away from the, Predator, Commando, die.
Well, Predator was in the 80s.
I know, but I meant those type of
Predator
movies, like
2.
the straight up action movies. Danny Glover, Gary Busey.
So you wanted to stay away from what our topic was. I love that.
I went to Fringe. These are all action movies. There's many subgenres of action movies.
Forrest Gump could be considered an action movie too.
Well, he was running a lot.
Dude, I like I watched it with my parents back in the day when it came out, and I went
Forrest
to do it
Gump?
like, no, fucking
Oh.
The Fugitive, and I went to do it like, I don't want to watch this. It's stupid. But I was
I didn't
entranced.
want to watch it either.
It's fucking
I didn't
awesome.
kill my wife. I don't care.
I don't care.
Greatest-
Why? Then I'm going to jump off this dam then real quick.
Yeah, like when I saw the previews and this, and like it didn't like draw me in at all. But when I finally did watch it, I was like, "Wow, that's a great movie."
Still regarding Henry, but it's pretty good.
Justin, what are your thoughts on The Fugitive? Everyone's seen it. You've seen it,
It's
right?
all right. I think it's a little boring. I'm not a Harrison Ford fan. I love Tommy Lee Jones, but I could take or leave this movie.
Fuck.
Yeah, it has some slow
cold.
spots. I agree. I wouldn't have put it on the top. I don't know where Greg was coming
So
from.
what you're saying, you wouldn't walk home.
No, I would just
watch
turn
it.
it off and chill.
I mean, I guess Justin said it all right there, Greg. He's extremely disappointed in you.
Rush Hour is better. Bad Boys, Point Break, Demolition Man. Come on.
I didn't say these weren't all my favorites. These are just action movies, 90s that I liked. I didn't say they were like top 3, even though that's the list. Even though that was the that was the homework. I blew it.
Even though it was my idea for the topic, I just decided to like, you guys do that, I'm going to do this.
I wanted to provoke conversation. It's working. People are hating on me. That's where I'm at my best.
You are a good villain.
Thank you. I'd be a good 90s villain, I think.
Totally, because you're totally cheesy.
Ooh. Pew, pew. Shots
With extra
fired.
pineapple, baby. Now,
All
is
right.
pineapple pizza the best topping? Yes.
Stop! You're making yourself even more of a villain.
That's what I'm here for.
Like, how long is this weed sabbatical gonna last? Because we all need you to start smoking weed again, Greg. You're intolerable like this. I don't even like you anymore. This is
Nice.
upsetting. No,
Yeah.
I love you always.
Yeah. I feel good.
You're the-
Feel good. Yeah.
All right, well, back to our guest of honor, boys. Justin, what is your number 3 pick?
Yeah, so I'm going to go a little predictable here. Seamus already named it, but it's. I said earlier that Heat was the best action film of the 90s. For me, this one is my favorite action film of the 90s. Ryan, get me to. I'm talking about Point Break. I love this fucking movie. It has everything you want in a fucking action film, right? You got skydiving, surfing, fucking Patrick Swayze being the man. You got Catherine Bigelow, maybe one of the most underrated female directors in the genre. And of course, we got Keanu Reeves. It's fucking epic, man. I love this movie. I've probably rewatched this action film more than any other one from the decade. And Gary Busey's great too. So what more do you want?
Utah, give me 2 of the best meatball sandwiches ever.
Before Gary cracked and got his multiple mug shots. Yeah, this movie is one of my favorite movies in the 90s. It's such a good movie. And I watched the remake and it didn't even come close for me. This was it was a great movie. Good pick.
It's Maddie Moore's favorite movie.
Bro,
Break.
can I just tell you, I like Point Break, but Maddie almost made me hate Point Break because no matter what movie I would talk about, he'd be like, Psh, that movie. He's like, Point Break's better. Every fucking movie. Like, I talked Lord of the Rings. I was like, dude, second Lord of the Rings movie is fucking crazy. Like, Psh, it's no Point Break. Like, every fucking time, Maddie, really?
That's like arguing best beers with a Bud Light drinker.
That's clearly Bud Light.
Good point, Craig. All right, well, I mean, Point Break, I mean, who hasn't wanted to jump out of a plane with a fucking surfboard strapped to their feet? I know I have.
That's how I'm going to go. I'm going to surf
Done
the
that.
biggest wave of all time.
The big kahuna, Greg.
Yeah. Damn it.
Well, great pick, Justin, I'm impressed. Seamus, speak on it, motherfucker.
Year 1993. I'm going back to Judgment Night.
Ooh,
Emilio
great
Estevez,
pick.
Cuba Gooding Jr., Stephen Dorff, Dennis Leary, Jeremy Piven. Somebody
Everlast.
Yeah, that was a good. This had a great soundtrack too, like House of Pain. I think
White
Cypress Hill was
Forward.
on it.
Yeah.
I mean, this was like about I think it was 5 guys, friends, taking their RV. They were going to watch a fight, I believe, and they took a wrong turn or a shortcut, and they, ended up in the wrong place, the wrong time. They watched a murder, and then they got chased by like this gang.
Yeah, great movie, great soundtrack.
Dennis Leary is fucking unhinged and amazing in that movie, and I feel like Jeremy Piven is almost like Dennis Leary's like recessed twin that like plopped out of his body, because they both had that same like what kind of energy, and I don't know, the soundtrack too is fucking killer. It's a Biohazard. It's a metal hip hop mashup fucking made just for the movie, dude. It was fucking dope.
I think
Top 5 for me as far as soundtracks, along with The Crow.
Yeah, The Crow had a great soundtrack. Yeah, these are 2 great soundtracks, and Forrest Gump.
Fuck Forrest
The best thing about it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Justin, are you familiar with Judgment Night?
I am, dude. I fucking love this movie. It's a great pick. Fucking Dennis Leary. I like Steven Dorff, always have. And it also has that fucking, that one dude in it that always plays like a douchebag villain in like every movie. He's a character actor. I think his last name's Green. And it'll help me out. You guys know who I'm talking about?
About to be. So,
I don't know. I feel like
He's got that face, dude, like that punchable face.
Peter Green, Sykes.
That's him.
Oh, dude, I just saw him. I saw a video of him. Like, he's like homeless now or something like that.
Oh,
He
shit.
looks horrible. I saw he was like getting on a bike. And he's like, yeah, I'm leaving work or something like that. And I was like, when are you going to make another movie? He's like, oh, I got something in the works, but he looked like shit. I was like, oh, God.
Yeah,
He was the guy from The Mask, right? He was in The Mask.
he was always a villain. Was he ever a good guy?
No,
Does
he's
anybody
never a
remember
good
him
guy,
playing
dude.
a
He just
good
has
guy?
that look. Such a creepy fuck.
Yeah.
He does. He's not like it wasn't an ugly dude. He was actually a handsome dude. I mean, I haven't seen him recently. But
He looks like he tastes like cigarettes.
he had those intense eyes.
Yeah, well, I love Emilio Estevez, man. Obviously, this is one of his doper movies, but he also did one of my favorite spoofs, National Lampoon's Loaded Weapon.
Nice.
Criminally underrated spoof. Also, I don't know, I think it's the acting debut, I believe, of Everlast, a.k.a. Whitey Ford.
Yeah.
As Rhodes.
Yeah, dog.
I didn't even know he was in the movie.
Yeah, he's Dennis Leary's like henchman. Or is like
So, speaking of Emilio Estevez, he's writing and directing Young Guns 3.
Shut the fuck up.
No?
I love that.
Oh, I love Young Guns.
Lou Diamond Phillips. Let's go.
I think he's supposed to be in it.
He better be. Didn't they all die?
I think so. I don't get it.
I don't know what the premise is, but I just saw that.
Is Charlie Sheen going to be in it? Yo.
I think Charlie Sheen probably hates his entire family.
Half brother to Emilio Estevez, right?
Canceled.
Bro, so is it Cuba.
Kuba got canceled too,
That's right.
Yeah, Doug.
But he's not in Young Guns.
but he's in Judgment Night.
But they're not remaking that. They should.
Maybe not. Leave it
No,
alone.
let's leave it alone. We'll just watch it, okay? That's good enough for me.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm going to jump into mine. 1995 gave us Desperado, starring one Antonio Banderas, Salma Hayek, Quentin Tarantino, Steve Buscemi, motherfucking Danny Trejo is the guy with the vest full of little cross knives.
Speaking of a guy who was always a villain.
Bro, I loved the fuck out of this movie. I've
I
watched
love
it
this
multiple
movie,
times. It's one of my go-to drunk put on a movie before I go to bed movies.
I don't remember if this is the first time I was introduced to Salma Hayek, or if it was not Blood and Blood.
No, that's From Dusk Till Dawn. Because I remember we
Dawn,
saw
I
it in the
remember
theater
when I
with your
saw it
sister.
But yeah, she's my teenage crush. She was hot.
Oh, she's amazing. She's still amazing. She looks fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, this movie, dirty, grimy, bloody, action-packed. I mean, who can forget the scene where his guitar case pops open? He's like, see? It's just a guitar. And then the guy, touches it and it opens up and he's got all those guns in it. He fucking lays out everybody in the bar.
And he's not the only one. There were 2 other traveling Guitar hitman.
Those are his brothers, dog.
Yeah.
They all
Right,
have
called them and helped them.
guitars. Guntars? Yeah.
Guntars.
None of them had machine gun legs.
Desperado 2, Guntars.
There is a Desperado too. And there's Once Upon a Time in Mexico.
Yep.
Starring also canceled Johnny Depp.
Ooh.
Who's fat and shit now. So
But he got new teeth, so he's going to be uncanceled. He's going to be back.
that's all it takes. Fuck. Justin, Desperado. Thoughts?
Yeah, I love it, dude. Love it, dude. Great pick. I love the look of Rodriguez's films. Plus, like you boys, Selma Hayek, you put her in a film, I'm watching. I don't give a fuck what it's about. And then this movie also has, that guest appearance from fucking Quentin Tarantino being the worst goddamn actor in the history of cinema. So you always have that, too.
This beer tastes like piss. That's because we pissed in it.
She's actually in Forrest Gump, Selma Hayek.
Shut up.
No, she's not.
What was that movie like Hilda? Did you watch that one?
Hildago?
No, what was it?
With Vigo? My dad loves that movie. Dad, you watching Hildago again?
She was also in a fantastic episode of Black Mirror last year.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
That one was great.
That was the first episode, and that was one of the better ones.
Yeah, that's where she shit in the church floor.
Joan is an asshole, or Joan is terrible.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yep. Good shit. Good shit. Desperado. Sawed-off shotguns, baby. All right, Greg. Fuck.
Can he redeem himself?
Here we go, buddy. What do you got?
One more time. Okay. 1994. Luc Besson. Leon, the Professional. Huh? Gary Oldman. Natalie Portman as
Matilda.
Yes, that's the only reason I picked it. So I could do it, but you did it, and that works. Jean Reno as Leon. I think Gary Oldman's another amazing villain in almost
Young
everything
Natalie
he
Portman.
does. Yep, very
great.
young Natalie Portman. But yeah, he's always listening to Mozart, and he crazy. Justin, tell me you like Leon the Professional.
Yeah, you redeemed yourself with me, dude. I love this. It's
Yeah.
a great movie, and Gary Oldman's fucking amazing, man. Absolutely amazing. I love when he plays a villain.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm watching Slow Horses right now, and let me tell you, Gary Oldman holds it down so hard, dude. He is the fucking shit. He's one of our greatest actors, one of our greatest assets.
Yes.
I mean, I am pro Oldman all day. And watching him in Slow Horses as like a old, fat, alcoholic piece of shit really makes you want to go back and watch that one scene in True Romance that he's in.
Yeah, it's great. He's in a couple scenes of True Romance.
And
He's
it's so
awesome.
hard for me to like take the two people that I'm seeing on the screen as the same person now. Oh,
I know.
no, it's
He's
White
a
Boy
savage.
Day
He's
here.
a savage in True Romance.
He is.
Drexel.
Yeah, dude. White
No, so
Jamaican.
you need to, if you guys haven't seen it, I said this last time, you guys need to watch State of Grace from 91 with like Sean Penn, Gary Oldman, and what's Leatherface's name there? Ed Harris. It's amazing. And Gary Oldman's amazing in that. It's like an Irish mob movie. State of Grace, 1991.
State of Greg's.
State of Greg's. Greg minds think alike.
I mean, what's to say? It's a fucking great movie. It's fucking kind of weird, you know, the relationship he has with 15-year-old Natalie Portman. But nonetheless, we all love The Professional. And stop saying Leon the Professional.
It's Leon is the name of the movie. It's
We just
Leon.
call it The Professional in America.
Yeah, well,
You're only doing that. You picked up on a tidbit of information from someone from across the pond, and you're trying to sound more cultured than we are. All right?
those are facts, though. That was the name of the movie.
Across the pond.
Let the right one in, okay?
Here, just
Same
The
thing.
Professional.
Let me in.
Yeah, I get it, Greg.
All right.
All right. Well, that wraps up our talk on action movies. Justin, what? There's more?
I got some listeners.
Oh, okay. Well, hold on. Let me. All right, Greg. I heard you had some answers from our humble listeners on what their favorite '90s actions were. Why don't you speak on it?
Yeah, I asked the Instagrams, and the Instagram spoke to me. We rep the You Run Podcast Network, our biggest rivals on the network, Dewey Pod Monster. They said Con Air.
Love it.
Point.
I mean, fuck those guys.
I had last time we saw them, I had to pull Ryan away because it was getting so heated.
Kanye was great cast too.
Point Break. Terminator 2.
The best movie of ever.
Face Off.
I love that movie.
Demolition Man.
Absolutely.
Whoa. I'm not going to. That's right up there with Hook. How do the three seashells work, though? I mean,
I'm giving him 3 bangerangs on that one. And I will run for
I love Demolition. That's one of Wesley Snipes' best.
Yeah, and that's saying something.
Look, and obviously, Dewey, Pod Monster, we do love you, but we are going to fight you eventually. And there's one more of us, and I will pick Seamus up and throw him like Wolverine. All right,
like Little Eric.
Yeah, we're gonna come up with a move and name that, but yeah, it's gonna be devastating.
Our whole Instagram is blown up by wrestling now. They keep on tagging us in this wrestling post, and now all our Instagram is just wrestling. But we're getting a lot of likes. Getting a lot of likes on that. If you guys want to like some of our posts too, that'd be awesome.
I told you all that we needed to do was start a feud, and people love it.
Yeah. I personally fucking love the wrestling promos. I'm digging it.
Yeah. Dude, the Macho Man one I saw the other day was just amazing. I do have such a hard-on for fucking 80s and 90s wrestling.
No, me too.
Not a literal hard-on. It's a metaphorical hard-on. Greg, you do not. Justin, I don't know if you know, we did an entire WWF episode, and the grand reveal at the end was Greg's like, I didn't really watch wrestling. Like, what the fuck? It was, ugh.
I played with the figures a lot, though, when I was in school. I remember in 5th grade, I had all the figures. And we did stuff with them.
All the figures in the Kudo bars. Greg was a Kudo's bar lunchable kid, Justin. So I wasn't. I don't know if you can relate, but
because I'm as old as sunsets.
Hey, and a quick correction: Demolition Man's not Wesley Snipes' best film. We know it's Blade.
Oh, of course. I was.
Definitely. I said one of his.
I know
best.
you were, but we got to correct that.
No, it's true. It's true.
Blade's amazing.
Or is
Blade,
it? Well, actually, I don't want to that.
Could be on this list.
They also said Die Hard 3.
3?
Yeah, that's with a vengeance.
That's one with Samuel Jackson?
Yeah, that's Sam Jackson, yep.
That
was in the 90s.
I can't argue with any of those except maybe Demolition Man. That movie gets one eye from me.
Well, you do.
I wouldn't watch it again. I haven't been fiending to watch Demolition Man since I saw it in the theaters.
You're just embarrassed because you didn't know how to use the 3 seashells.
I do now. I'm a seashell professional.
Sandra Bullock was not great in that movie, but Sylvester Stallone, obviously top-notch acting.
She was great in the heat. Kate from Down Under says,
Oi!
Starship Troopers.
Ooh, great pick, Kate.
Die Hard with a Vengeance again.
Damn.
True Lies.
No. Take it off slowly.
Nice. One of the best, definitely the best soundtrack, The Crow.
Yes.
We're going back to the seashells. Demolition Man. Don't want to leave you on a cliffhanger.
Hey, nice pun, Greg.
Yeah, Michael Rooker when he looked like Dan Marley from the Phoenix Suns. Hey, that joke's got some legs. T2 again.
And best movie.
Last of the
Mohicans.
Mohicans. Last of the Mohicans is the shit. I fucking love that movie.
I love Last of the Mohicans. But again, I wasn't putting that on. I didn't consider it an action movie. I wasn't putting it on there. Like I said, I guess you could consider it.
Well,
but,
see?
I was going with the TNT, USA, TBS.
Megan Gregoire checked in. Any idea what she said?
That fucking riding the missile movie again.
Armageddon. Again. And then Dewey Pod wrote it again and said Face Off, Con Air, Point Break, Demolition Man, and The Rock.
He said all the same shit again?
No, he said The Rock and wait, unless I said it. No, yeah, that was different.
I think that was when I first started respecting Ed O'Neill with The Rock.
Yeah, The Rock's the shit. Ed O'Neill's a fantastic.
Hey.
Oh no, Ed Harris.
Ed Harris, sorry, not Ed O'Neill, not Bundy.
Yeah, because you respected Ed O'Neill right from Married to Children.
Right,
Yeah,
no,
then he
Ed
obviously delivered an Oscar-worthy performance in Wayne's World.
Yeah, Ed Harris is the shit in Westworld too. By the way, I love Ed Harris.
I'm disappointed nobody had Showdown in Little Tokyo.
Ooh, was that 90s?
It was 91. Dolph Lundgren, Brandon Lee, Tia Carrere.
I did, but I didn't want to stick to the homework. I wanted to stay on the fringe.
2 LA cops who are hungry for a little takeout.
It's a great tagline.
But thank you for everyone who wrote in. We appreciate you very much. 8 crusts on those responses, especially Demolition Man.
Give it 3 seashells.
Wesley Snipes' third best movie.
A lot of Nicolas Cage picks there, Dewey Pop.
I mean, Nicolas Cage is in, like...
Because Nicolas Cage is the
half of
greatest
those movies.
treasure of all time.
Because he's in 1,000 movies.
Right. Nicolas Cage has probably the Guinness Book of World Records for the amount of acting cast career, whatever.
He's never going to stop either. He's like Terminator, and he will not stop until he's
only getting
dead.
He's only getting better.
Yeah,
he's the Kevin Bacon of Separation, or whatever it's called. The Separation movie thing, whatever.
All right, that wraps up our talk on action movies. Now stay tuned for some other shit. Okay. All right. And Greg, I heard you have a fun little activity for us. Speak on it.
It's a game called Two Actors. I'm going to give you a movie, and you are going to tell me 2 actors in the movie. But it can't be certain people, and I will tell you that. And we're going to let Justin go first. Name me. Yeah, and also, if you know the year of the movie, it's an extra point. 11 questions. Justin, name me 2 actors in True Lies not named Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, fuck. Jamie Lee Curtis?
Yep.
Oh, man. I can't remember anybody else from this movie. The year, I think, was 98?
Is that your final answer?
97.
No.
Fuck.
It was 98.
So, Tom Arnold would have been acceptable.
That's
right,
a little
okay.
shit. I was trying to remember who's that little shit that they're with through the whole thing.
Bill Paxton.
Ooh, Billy Pat.
R.I.P. One of his best roles. He's fantastic in that movie. This is a sleazy car salesman.
Yeah. Luckily, we still have Bill Pullman.
Yes. Wait, what?
President of America.
All right, Seamus. Name me 2 actors in Point Break other than Keanu and Swayze.
Gary Busey.
Yep.
Jake Busey.
Ooh. Any idea on the year?
What, Jake Busey wasn't in it, was he?
No. You got it wrong.
91?
Yep. Boom. Seamus get the point. Anthony Kiedis would have been acceptable.
He's not an actor.
No, he's not. That's not acceptable.
It is acceptable. Anybody who's in the movie is an actor.
I hate Anthony Kiedis.
So do I. You see him walking around with like 18-year-old girls, like a new one every week.
Yeah, but did you hear he's from California?
Wait, really?
Only in every fucking song.
He's got a vag disease. All right, Ryan.
Yo!
Name me, this is the toughest question actually, name me 2 actors in The Last Action Hero other than Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Fuck.
And there's a lot of guest.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guest stars in this movie as themselves.
Well, there's a Sylvester Stallone cutout. I know that. Counts.
That does not.
He's
count.
acting in it.
Yo, I don't know. All right, I didn't sleep much last night, and everything just sounds like this right now. But
Charles Dance would have been one of them.
oh, yeah.
Tywin Lannister himself. Any idea in the year?
He was the bad guy.
Yeah.
God,
Yeah,
I want to
cool
say
eye.
I want to say 94.
Eh.
Big gun, number one.
Okay, so after the first round, it's Seamus 1, Ryan 0, and Justin 0.
Game sucks.
Yeah. Okay. Justin,
Yep.
name me 2 actors in Con Air other than Nicolas Cage and Cusack.
All right. So, John Malkovich
Markovich.
and
Cyrus the Virus.
our boy Ving Rhames.
Yeah. Boom. Steve Buscemi also would have been
Steve
accepted.
Buscemi.
Yeah. Do you know the year of that movie?
I'm gonna say 96.
Ooh, a year off, but you do get the point though. Seamus, name me 2 actors in Starship Troopers other than our boy Casper Van Dien.
Neil Patrick Harris. Rebecca Gearhart. I don't remember her name.
Jake Busey would have been acceptable.
Oh, that's right.
And his teeth would have been acceptable as well. Any idea on the year? Shit. Also, Dean Norris was in it as well, of Breaking Bad fame.
The hell's up? God damn, I can't remember his name now. What's Emilio Estevez's ex-wife?
Denise Richardson?
Denise Richardson.
Yeah. Yeah, she's a wild thing, I heard.
Yes. Cool scene.
Yep. Okay. We're back to Ryan, I believe.
Ow!
Ryan, name me 2 actors in MIB other than Will Smith or Tommy Lee Jones.
I say Danny Trejo and Jake Busey.
Are they both in that?
That's a good guess.
Oh
It's the fact that I delivered it with confidence is why I win.
Fucking Kingpin himself was in it. Your boy. Your boy!
DeFranio?
Yes. You know the year?
What was the movie again?
Men in Black.
96.
97. You're wrong. Maybe give you a point for that, but you were off a key. Okay. Justin, name me 2 actors in Enemy of the State other than Will Smith and Gene Hackman.
Oh man, I have no fucking clue.
This movie is loaded with people.
I don't even know if I've ever
Those are
seen
the only
it.
2 I would have been able to guess.
Any idea on the year of the release?
I'll say, I think this was later. I'll say 98.
Boom, nailed it.
Nice.
So there's Jack Black, there's Seth Green, Jamie Kennedy, to name a few. Their whole geek squad is loaded with people. That's a very underrated. I think that movie's awesome. I think that's Will Smith's best movie. I think it slaps.
Have you ever seen Bad Boys?
Yes, Bad Boys is shit.
For life?
Actually, I did like Bad Boys 2, not to be confused with Bad Boys 3.
They're all good.
It's all good. This one is probably the easiest one, I think. Seamus, name me 2 actors in True Romance other than Christian Slater and Patricia Arquette.
Gary Oldman
Mm-hmm.
and Christopher Walken.
Foo Fighters. Any idea on the year?
95?
But you do get the point.
Where was it?
93. I was 35 then. All right. Ryan,
Esquire.
name me 2 actors in The Rock other than Nicolas Cage in Sean Connery.
Was that your Sean Connery?
Nah, I just slipped.
Let's see. I want to say Danny Trejo.
Jesus.
Jake Busey.
Oh my God, you're horrible. Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
Bro, Tony Todd is in it.
Candyman himself.
Yeah, and Ed Harris. Leatherface himself. What's the year?
Fuck, 93.
96.
I'm glad we finally found a game that Ryan sucks at.
I actually said, I told Ryan today, I'm like, should we pair you and Seamus up versus Justin? He's like, no, I'm going to crush this game. I quote. Justin.
Yep.
Name me 2 actors in Demolition Man other than Wesley Snipes and Stallone.
All right. Well, we got Sandra Bullock.
Mm-hmm.
Seashell 1, Seashell 2.
Dennis Leary.
Seashell 2.
Yeah, boom.
Nice.
In the year.
Remember when I did my research for our episode, I remember I was going to pick this movie, so I think I remember seeing it was 93, I think.
Boom, nailed it.
Yeah.
So Ryan has been eliminated. But Seamus has a chance to tie it. And then we have to come up with a question to break the tie, or this might be a tiesies. Seamus, name me 2 actors in Terminator 2 Judgment Day other than Arnold Schwarzenegger and Linda Hamilton. If you get this wrong, you're off the pod.
Bye. Lou Ferrigno. Edward Furlong.
Yep.
Patrick. Come on.
A lot of Patrick.
Patrick Harris. I don't know.
Oh, any idea on the year?
91.
Yep. So you do get a point, but
It's Robert Patrick.
it's Robert Patrick, Ears himself. Have you seen this boy?
Dude, I saw Robert Patrick in a TV show recently. He does not look good. Fuck,
no.
Chris Christopherson's dead.
Oh no.
Speaking of Blade,
Oh,
fuck.
shit. Yeah, he was fantastic, and he was in Peacemaker. That's what I saw him recently.
Yeah, he doesn't have to look good to be Peacemaker's dad.
Yeah, he was a piece of shit. So the final score is Ryan 0, Seamus 3, and Pop Culture Reflections himself, Justin, with 4 for the win.
Yeah.
You!
Nice job.
You did it, Justin. You did
Hell
it.
yeah.
I'm really proud of you.
Bangarang Justin! Bangarang Justin!
All right, I want to thank everybody for listening. Justin, it was an honor to have you on our show. Sorry about Greg. And I want to just let you know you're all beautiful, beautiful people. Even you, Greg.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks for listening. Check us out on Spotify, Apple Pod, YouTube, all that stuff. If you're kind and want to give us a 5-star review on any of those things, or a subscription or a follow, we love you. You know, we rep the You Run Podcast Network. Check out Justin's show, Pop Culture Reflections. We're actually on an episode with him, but he's always got killer stuff, and everybody in the network's pretty goddamn cool. So, yeah.
Yeah, thank you all. Thank you, Justin. It was a pleasure.
Pleasure was all mine, boys. I had fun. Thank you.
Fantastic. And Justin, I want you to join us in letting everyone know that in Crust, we trust. Rufio.
This ends our podcast.
And there was a cute girl at the bar, and I bought her a drink, and we ended up talking, and she's like, "So what's your favorite movie?" And I'm like, TMNT 2, Secret of Views.